Changing tyres is a job that most people don't like doing, but is necessary, unfortunately. But this is a quick and easy way of doing it without using any tools. That is, of course, if you don't count me. Now, I must start with saying this isn't always possible. Sometimes your tyre to rim combination is just too tight, but hopefully this should be easy enough to do. And even if you are using tyre levers, some tips in here that'll help you get that tyre changed nice and easily. So let's do it. Start off by letting your tyre down. So actually, why do you want to be able to change your tyre without using tyre levers? Well, if you're not careful and you're using levers, you can sometimes pinch the tube when you're getting it back on there. And actually, you can use this method out on the trails if you've forgotten your tyre levers. So try and get as much of that air out of the tyre as possible. This is tubeless, so I get it down to a certain pressure and I can break the bead and then it lets all the air out. If you've got tubes in here, just go around squeezing the tube just to get as much air out as possible. So the first step now is actually to squeeze this tyre and try and break the bead. And by that I mean when you pump up the tyre, the bead of it will actually push under the hook on the rim and get stuck to the rim, as you can see like that. And now what I'm trying to do is push that bead into the middle of the rim. There's a smaller diameter in there, so the tyre's going to be much slacker on the rim. And again, even if you've got tyre levers, this is a really good method just to loosen it off and help get that tyre off easily. And now what I'm going to do is grab a handful of the tyre and pull it up and away from the rim. You can just about see that bead there. I've put my foot down there just to hold the wheel onto the floor, and now I'm just pulling that tyre over, so as slack as possibly can, just trying to get this one bead of the tyre up and over the rim. There we go, I can just about feel that pop over, and that's only possible if the tyre is pushed right into the middle of the rim. So there you go, that's the real trick to this, is grabbing the tyre, pulling it up, and then trying to get that bead over the rim. And once I've done that, that's the hardest bit done. Now the easy part, the second side should come off much easier. Right, so now to wrestle this back on. Start off with getting the direction the right way around. So this is the front wheel. I've got my disc mount, that's on the left-hand side. The tyre's going the same way. Check the rotations on there. And actually just plonk your wheel in the middle for now. And what I do is I go around and work one side of that tyre onto the wheel. Now is the time to line up the valve with the logos on your tyre. Super important that. Spin it round, and again, tubeless. So I've got nothing to put in here just yet, but if you've got a tube, this is when I'd now push that tube into the rim as much as possible. I'm going to start working around and getting this second bead on. And this is going to be tighter than the first one. So I'll go around until it starts getting just that little bit too tight, like it is now. And this is where I'll go right back round and push the tyre into the middle of the rim, slacking it off as much as possible. Get back up to this tight spot, and I'm just pushing and rolling it onto the wheel. So there you go, that was actually quite easy for me. Just this tyre and rim combo seems to work quite well. It's not always that easy, but these are my 3 top tips if you're struggling. Number 1, when you're really trying to take the tyre off, pull it hard up and away from the rim and then fold it over to get the bead off. Number 2, when the tyre gets really tight and you put it back on, just go back around the wheel and push that tyre into the middle of the rim just to slacken it off as much as possible. Number 3, put the wheel into your lap and now push the slack all the way around the tyre and use a bit of brute force. There you go. Now it's just time to pump that tyre back up and away I go. Whilst you're here, you should check out some more videos from GMBN. If you click just over there, that'll take you through to the tyre pressure challenge, soft versus hard, what difference does it make? Click over there for the full mechanical playlist and click on the wheel to subscribe to GMBN. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video.